Have you ever felt relaxed and at ease while watching perfectly done work? Maybe not all of us, but after watching the skilled workers in today's episode, I promise your mood will completely change. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and support us with a like. Shaping the dishes. Watch this worker creating precise shapes on these dishes. Incredible speed and precision that makes the work look like real art. Scene 3. Cutting potatoes. This is one of the best ways to cut potatoes quickly and professionally. Everything happens in seconds, as if every movement is perfectly calculated. Scene 4. A strange dish. It might look like dough, but it's actually a dish called ijo, and people say it tastes really good. Scene 5. The chef and the dough. This chef isn't just kneading dough. He looks like he's dancing with it and enjoying every moment of his work. Scene 6. The value of handmade work. If you want to know why handmade products are expensive, just watch the skill and precision of this worker. Scene 7. Driving skill. This is how driving skills can make it possible to turn a large truck in an extremely tight space. Scene 8. Wood carving. A precise wood carving process. One small mistake here could ruin everything. Scene 9. The drink seller. This worker isn't just serving drinks, he has a unique style that attracts customers like an entertaining show. Scene 10. Preparing salad. How many bowls of salad can be prepared at this speed? Clearly, experience makes all the difference. Scene 11. Wrapping paper. The only way to stop this worker is when the paper runs out. Scene 12. Creativity with limited resources. Sometimes the resources are limited, but creativity makes the result amazing. Scene 13. Food presentation. When the way the food is presented looks better than the food itself. The art of carving. A beautiful wooden carving done by a true professional. The photographer. Some photographers don't just take pictures, they create real magic with the camera. Packing boxes. This worker might be one of the fastest people in the world at packing boxes. Strength and skill. Honestly, I can barely carry something heavy, but what we're seeing here is a completely different level of strength and skill. The art of tight driving. Driving in tight spaces isn't just driving, it's a skill and an art that requires a lot of experience. Perfect work. They say earning a living loves those who work quietly, and this worker is a perfect example of that. The least you can say to this chef is, "You're an artist." Even the look of the dish makes you hungry. Handmade craft. If you saw this drawer after it was finished without seeing how it was made, you would never believe it was handmade. Unexpected uses. It seems that motorcycles have uses we never knew about before. Coffee filling. These are truly real professionals when it comes to filling coffee. Dish presentation. A beautiful presentation of the dish. It deserves to be watched more than once. Speed and precision. This is a perfect example of speed mixed with precision. Fixing the plastic. Fixing greenhouse plastic at this speed requires real skill. With this cleaning method, dust doesn't stand a chance. It seems this person can perform any movement with ease, even if it's on a ladder. Fixing a shoe sole in just a few seconds. Removing paint. An easy way to remove paint from surfaces. Making sandals. Here we see the process of making sandals by hand. The final result is amazing, and that's why their price is usually high. Cutting horsehair. This method is used to trim a horse's hair, but the question is, could it work for humans? Food or filming. Is this dish meant for eating or just for filming? A talent for drawing. It looks like this worker must have loved drawing classes when he was younger.
Anyone can cut wood, but the real trick is knowing exactly where the piece will fall after it's cut. These guys are building a roof as fast as possible. It feels like the word delay simply doesn't exist in their dictionary. These two workers are cleaning pipes in a way I've honestly never seen before. This might look like a kung fu training session, but it's actually just a normal day in the life of a highly skilled worker. Now this is truly impressive. This worker is creating a perfect structure with stones without even using a single stone in the usual way. These workers are incredibly advanced in their work. Just look at how perfectly they organize the cables. And meanwhile, most of us still struggle to organize our computer cables. These workers aren't just installing tiles, they're literally creating art. Just take a look at the perfect circle they managed to build. Nothing can stop this worker. He simply finds a way to reach any spot he needs to hammer nails into. Watch these artists transform the entire look of the floor, and all they're using is a bit of plastic and a roller. This man can cover carpets with plastic in just seconds to protect them from dust and dirt. We all know painters usually use brushes and tools, but what do we call someone who draws using a demolition hammer? The U.S. Olympic swimming team needed a swimming pool for training, so they brought in a group of extraordinary workers. They built a massive pool that holds 2 million gallons of water, and they completed it in just 10 days. That's almost impossible. These workers managed to build an entire building from start to finish in just 8 hours. Honestly, they might be the fastest team we've seen so far. This worker doesn't even need engineering drawings to make a road like this. All he needs is some space and a bit of paint. This electrician clearly has huge confidence in his skills. He's walking at that height without even shaking. These workers don't need complicated materials to build a roof like this. All they need is simple tools and a lot of skill. Breaking rocks might seem difficult, but the skill this worker has is even harder than the rock itself. Before we continue, support me by subscribing and leaving a like. This man probably dreamed of becoming a basketball player, but instead he became a watermelon player. 10 years in the shoemaking industry is not easy. Making one sole usually takes time, but this man makes it look incredibly simple. Not everyone who holds a steering wheel becomes a real driver. It takes years of training to reach this level. Honestly, even if I tried my whole life, I probably couldn't do this. Scissors are no longer enough these days. This powerful laser is the solution. It creates perfectly equal measurements and saves time and effort. But if you sneeze while using it, you might lose a finger. I wish my friend who always complains about his job could see this. This man carries more than 15 bricks on his head just to earn a living. May God support them and provide for them. Piping bags are old-fashioned now. Professional bakers cut the dough in perfectly equal pieces, and don't think it's easy. Our role is simply to enjoy watching them. This man seems like he had 40 years of work piled up, and someone told him to finish it all in just a few minutes. Now that's real skill. It might look like a job that only requires strength, but actually it requires a lot of focus. This worker hammers more than 10,000 nails, and the hammer itself is heavy. Every strike has to be precise. This is what happens when your work comes out perfectly, even with the simplest tools. Honestly, I can barely do anything like this. If I tried what this guy is doing, it would probably be a disaster. If every craftsman worked like this guy, people wouldn't spend years waiting to finish their homes. Mothers struggle so much with cleaning carpets, but with some hot steam and a vacuum cleaner, the carpet can look like brand new again. Is this material really spread this quickly? Honestly, I have no idea what exactly this is. Maybe it's an alternative to ceramic tiles or something applied over them. All I know is it looks impressive. If you've never done road work before, you might think this is easy, but sealing cracks in the road with tar like this looks almost like painting a piece of art on the ground. Everyone knows placing tape in corners is the most annoying part of the job, but this worker invented a simple trick. Use a machine that can do a full day's work in just 5 minutes.
If you want to know what real art looks like, take a look at this guy. He created something no one would expect, an entire tree made completely out of copper wires. After watching the way these people drive, you might say they're some of the best drivers in the world. What's even more surprising is that they're actually taking a driving test to get their license. I don't think just anyone could make bread like this, but she does it in a way that makes it look incredibly easy. If anyone knows exactly what she's doing to that shrimp, let us know in the comments. This guy is the perfect example that someone lying in bed without a job might simply be choosing not to work. He's peeling a pineapple so fast it looks like he's racing against time. If I were in his place, I'd probably already be looking for bandages to fix the first cardboard box. This type of work usually requires several tools and multiple workers, yet this man finishes it completely on his own. Whenever I crack an egg, half of it spills. Meanwhile, she's literally racing against time just to keep up with the machine. Once it cools down, it turns into the reinforced steel that we all know. A skill like this really needs to be seen in slow motion to fully appreciate it. Organizing hoses is much easier than organizing wires the way he's doing it here. With just a single touch, the job is done. There's a statistic that says women live longer than men, and this might actually be proof of that. This man is unbelievable. He's handling a massive cable as if it were just a small pair of earphones. You probably won't believe me when I say this, but I honestly thought these were real stones. If someone offered you $2,000 a month to work as a sewer diver, would you take the job? People say you can kill two birds with one stone, but how many birds do you think they just hit here? I'll keep repeating this in every video. Work smart, not just hard. Sometimes the seed needs to go through pressure before it can finally come to life.
Now that's the kind of paint job that saves a lot of time. If you still think she's not an artist, then you're definitely mistaken. Skilled workers have one very important advantage: they're extremely smart.